morning to you. How is your day going thus far? Maybe it's 6 a.m. where you are and you've just woken up. Well, what a perfect time to get involved, because we are starting off your Saturday with some serious creativity here at Crafters TV. My name is Becky. It's really nice to be with you today, and we have got a jam-packed show for you. Let me let you know just before I forget that we have still got our fabulous summer sale on. All you have to do is head on over to our website and you will be able to see a plethora of treats there for you to add to your basket at a fraction of the price. So do so, just because some bits have already sold out. So if you've had your eye on anything and you're looking for it, it might have already gone. But it's well worth having a nosy if there's anything on there that you do want to grab your hands on, including Premiere Pro accessories. Massive, massive, massive discount flash sale. Oh, sorry, Premiere Pro. Premiere Pro. Do you need any video editing? I'm your lady. Premiere Pro. Also, Photoshop. Do you know what? I am actually doing a course at the moment to do with Premiere Pro, so that's possibly whilst it's in my mind. Yeah. Anyway, Gemini Pro, some might say even better than Premiere Pro, is the Gemini Pro, and we have got all of your accessories available for you. So do feel free to have a nosy on there. If you're looking for video editing, it's the wrong place. If you're looking for die cutting, that is the right place. Head on over to our website. It's not just me today. I've got Johnny, Charlotte, Jake, and the gentleman that if he were to be sold at a deli, he would be called Craig the Bagel!
Aye, that was a nice introduction.
Yeah.
That one.
How are you?
I'm doing good, thank you very much. Ready to go for this one, masterclass all about the embossing folders. So tell you what, let's have a look. Well, actually, I say embossing folders. We've got some stencils on the show as well. So we've got our 6x6 embossing folder where you get a stamp and a die as well.
Lovely.
That works in conjunction with your folder. But what you can do if you want, you don't have to use the die cut. You could stamp directly onto your embossed square because you still get that lovely swirl with it, whether you use the die cut or not. We've got our DL or slimline nesting dies, our DL or slimline embossing folders, cut and emboss folders that we've got on the show as well. So you can be doing things such as these ones here. We've also got our framed 3D embossing folders that you can do lots of different things. Then we have also got our Christmas stencils on the show. We do have another set of embossing folders that I don't have behind me here, but these are our Christmas duo embossing folders, whereas we have, in one set, it's I think it's a 5x5 and a 2x5. You can use them separately or together, but we've got all these ones on the show that we're going to be having a look at throughout the show.
We absolutely do. And we've got superstar Susie in our socials today. We've already got people in. Hiya, Carolyn from Hampton. Hello. We have got Tonya in saying, looking forward to seeing this. That's lovely. I am too. Lynn's in saying, hi, Becky Craig and CTV team and everyone. Mary Beth is in from Minnesota, as well as Chrissy in with us today from gorgeous Darlington here in the UK. Hello to you. It's lovely to have you all on board with us. We have got so many treats on show today, especially as American friends will know. You're right there, Craig. Sorry. You're right, Craig. What are you up to?
Yeah, I'm just sorting my finished samples here.
Right. It's a really good angle, that, for you. I think you've got beautiful eyes.
Oh, thank you.
You don't notice it until you're hidden behind a desk. Yeah, it's lovely, that is. Not creepy. Yeah, no, it's nice. Anyway, he has got a touch of the... What are they called? Ventriloquists. Dummies.
Yeah, maybe not no, maybe ventriloquists.
Easy for you to say. We have got for you We have got for you a pretty special day coming up today, and we are bringing to you our embossing folders. So we're bringing to you here, it's an emboss. So with each set, you're going to get your embossing folder, which is 6 by 6 inch. Then you're going to get a die, and all of the dies kind of look the same at first glance, but they are all different, and I'll explain that. And then you're getting stamps. It's all interchangeable. You can use it how you wish. So let's have a little look at our embossing folder. First on here, this is our With Love. So you're getting the little ditzy hearts at the top and then the patterned hearts at the bottom. And the die here has got die sections and debossed sections. And the die sections are die hearts. I've also got your beautiful Celebrate. Now this one's got kind of like this confetti feeling at the top, these beautiful firework details at the bottom, great for 4th of July, great for bonfire night, and the detail on this one is different sized die cut circles, so it goes large, small, large, small, large, small. I've also got for you in this one our Make a Wish. So you've got these beautiful dandelions with that clock coming away and the butterfly detail. And in this one, we have got an emboss mark. So no die on this one, obviously the outer edge, but no die on the inside. You're getting these little bubbles almost, and they go from small to large and they graduate into the center. Then I've got just a note, and this one's beautiful with the floral detail, but then the little dots at the top. And this one here has got an emboss of these almost like hand-drawn flowers that make them look really edgy and cute. And last but by no means least, I've got for you the congratulations. Again, the real different designs, top and bottom. You've got these lovely swirls on here. And in this detail, you have got the die cutting edge again, which are like little dash marks. So really nice if you want to put ribbons or cords or twine through that. So all of those today, discount deal saving over 15%. You get it for just $41.99 or $54.99. And these are the ones we're going to start off by having a little look at. So let's have a looky look.
Right, let's do that. We're going to use the Make-A-Wish, but let's have a look at some other samples as to what you can be making with these ones. And you've actually got quite a few options within these, because you can use the folder on their own, you can use the die and the stamp on its own, you can use the stamp on its own, you can use the die on its own, but what you can then do is maybe you don't want to use the die, so you can actually stamp direct onto your embossed area, so you've got that option. Then we're going to go in with some colouring, so if you want to do letterpress techniques, whether you want to then come along and just do some blending, you can do. But what about using your big nesting dies first? So cut out your nesting die, so your basic shape, then run that one through. You can be doing that one. So you can see here, this one is the letterpress technique with the die cut over the top. This one is not using the die cut. So you will still be left with that same embossed design as to what is transferred onto the die. It just means you can use the die, you don't have to use the die, entirely up to you. And then of course you can come along and you can do all your fancy cards if you so wish. So chop into them, change the look of them if you want to. You don't have to use them as a complete square. This one, as you were saying, really good for 4th of July if you want to. If you do celebrate bonfire night, have family parties or that, you can start to use these ones. Cut into them, emboss them a few times, chop little bits out, layer them up, or go in and use your little nesting dies. So the tiny little love hearts, start to use them, incorporate them together. So whether you use the folders on their own, maybe with a little bit of ink, by all means you can do, or what you can do is start to bring in your own crafty stash and enhance what you can be creating. So let's go in with Make-A-Wish. So we're going to go in with a monochromatic card with this one. And I'm going to go in with my black matte cardstock. Already cut this one to size, which I have cut 6 by 6. I don't think I have actually. I've cut it 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to place that into my folder. But what I do want to do is get that as central as I can. If I get it central now, it means I don't need to do any trimming afterwards. So once I'm happy with that, it is a 2D embossing folder, so we need our 2 cutting plates, but most of the time with our 2D embossing folders, I'll add in my metal shim as well, and that just gives your embossed detail that extra punch, that extra little bit of depth. when it comes to the design. Base plate, magnetic shim, and then top plate, metal shim, not magnetic. Please don't put in your magnetic shim. Please make sure it's your metal shim. Magnetic can be a little bit too thick for it, and you don't want to damage your folder. So we've then got our beautiful emboss, which might be a little bit harder to see at the moment onto the black card, which is nigh all impossible. We're going to have a look. Charlotte's going to go in. She's going to go in. You can just see, kinda. Kinda. But what we will do is we will see it any moment. So I'm going to go in with my silver gilding wax. So I'm going to take a lot of the excess off and then slowly going to build up that colour. So I'm following all the dandelions, picking that one up.
Oh, that's great.
Adding it on. And I'm not going heavy-handed, but on the other hand, I'm not going too soft, because my intentions are to get a little bit of silver right on that back. So yes, I'm wanting the silver to be picked up on the emboss, but I do want that little bit of silver colour right in the backdrop as well. So I'm getting my finger in there with the silver gilding wax. So we're just carrying on. Always add little, because you can always add more. So building that one up. I'm not worried about it being overly neat in the centre compartment, because I am going to use the die and the die cut just shortly.
Okay.
So going in, so picking up the detail, getting a little bit more heavy-handed with some of these areas here. So carrying on with this bit, and then I'm going to do exactly the same to the top half.
Angela's messaged in saying, are those dies and embossing folders interchangeable?
Yes, you can. You can do that. The actual shape of them has the same flow to it. So if you want to use the stamping die from this set in with one of the other ones, then by all means, yeah, you can.
And that'd be really nice to do, actually, because you're going to create different looks for different people, aren't you?
You are. Think of your other sentiment stamps. Remember our swash stamps?
Yeah, with the little tails.
Because you've got that flexibility, you can flex them around and work them in conjunction with the die cut or within the base layer of the folder. So yeah, it doesn't have to be even the sentiments that you've got included. Have a look at your other ones that you've got and start to use and incorporate them.
Great idea. Because, for example, like you've got the With Love one, which obviously has all of the hearts. But you might want to send someone love in like a different way. So you might want to pair it with, you know, the Celebrate one. And you can really mix and match to make it individual to you, can't you?
Of course you can.
And
you
even
really
the
can.
Make-A-Wish one, which is clearly, you know, sort of kind of the theme runs through with the passing of time and the dandelions. But even that you could switch with just a note.
Yeah. You don't have to use them with the stamps that come with them. Change them about.
Gilmore's in. I feel like Gilmore's being quite formal in this message. I mean, it's not, but it's just, hello from Michigan. Becky, Craig, Susie, CCTV and Crafty Peeps. I like it. Thank you, Gilmore. How's your day going so far? Mary's in from Maine saying good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
We've got Cheryl in saying, hi, y'all. I don't feel like I can pull off a y'all. Can you pull off a y'all?
Y'all. Y'all.
Oh, you're quite good at that.
Morning, y'all.
Yeah, you've got it, yeah. Anyway, hey, y'all. From North Carolina, hello to you. Hi, Laura. Saying good morning from Arkansas.
Ooh.
I always like the sound of Arkansas.
Arkansas.
Don't you think it sounds a bit mythical?
No.
Do you not?
No.
Arkansas. I think it sounds like, I don't know, like it could be on The Hobbit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah?
Like an orc goes to Arkansas. Oh, battle. I don't know, I'm not a writer, obviously. But it's just a thought.
You're good with your words, though.
Hello to Sarah Brown as well, who's saying, hello, everyone. I am now
Hello.
in my bed. You sounded very like Mrs. Doubtfire then.
Doubtfire, yeah.
Good that.
Yeah.
Oh, was it an impression?
Yeah.
Well, it was excellent.
Thank you. Hello.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yes, Sarah, who is often in her sofa and I presume on her bed, is ready for some fun times with Becky and Craig. It's now 11 p.m. here in Melbourne. Bozy Bo's time. 11 p.m. on a Saturday, is that? Must be, mustn't it?
Yes, next day.
Yeah. Ooh. I hope you've had a lovely day, Sarah. I do. What have you been up to? How nice.
Don't tell us what happens though. Yeah, no
that's true, no
spoilers of the next
spoilers.
day ahead.
You know when the final Neighbours comes out, will it play out in Australia first?
What is it with you today? Talk about kicking me when I'm down.
What? No, because I reckon it's that far enough in advance, the end of
When
Neighbours.
Neighbours finishes.
I won't mention Neighbours once it's finished. Neighbours is done to me once it's gone.
Wow.
Will it get played in Australia first?
Funny enough,
What?
a lot of people don't actually realise that. Here in the UK, we are 2 weeks ahead of Neighbours.
No.
Because Neighbours has more viewers in the UK, that we are 2 weeks ahead. And as of last week,
Yeah.
in Australia, Neighbours has started to be shown twice a day, like 2 episodes a day in Australia, so that they can catch up with us. So the final episode is shown on the 1st of August everywhere.
Everywhere.
But going from the UK used to be a year behind Neighbours to a couple of months to then being shown on the same day to us actually being ahead of Neighbours by 2 weeks
Wow.
from Australia. Yep.
How did they manage to skip forward a year?
Well,
Did they
Neighbour,
just
forgive
play
me, maybe
more?
Sarah or someone else will be able to shine light on it. I believe Neighbours, Home and Away, etc. They're not shown on a Friday,
Right,
or they're
okay.
they're only
Certain
shown
amount.
four days a week.
Got ya.
Here in the UK, it's 5 days a week. So that's how
We caught up.
That's how, yeah. But predominantly, it's because Neighbours gets its viewers and it's money from the UK,
Yeah, got you.
and it's the UK that's dumped them.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Sorry about that, guys.
What
But
was I
Australia
doing?
must have dumped them first.
No, Channel 5. Channel 5 in the UK. Channel 5 in the UK
Yeah.
pay predominantly for Neighbours.
Right, got you. Got you.
And have just decided they don't want to do it anymore.
They'll regret it. I'm
They
sure.
will do it, they will. They will indeed. So, although it is the end, there's still hope that another channel or that may decide
Of course
to
they will.
bring it
Of course
back.
they will. Sarah said, "Oh, Becky, now you've really done it."
Mm-hmm.
I'm really sad that you guys are ahead of us. Sarah, don't worry, no plot spoilers here. We won't tell you
Yeah.
what's happened.
I actually forgot, I genuinely forgot until the other day on Facebook, on the official Neighbours US Facebook page, they were showing you teasers as to what was happening this week, and I'm thinking,
That's already
but that's just happened to us 2 weeks ago, and that's what it was.
Right.
I forgot. Yeah. Leap
Lynn
ahead.
saying, "Ouch, Becky, that's harsh." Yeah, all right. I will let you know that I haven't watched Neighbours since it went from Channel 4.
So, BBC.
BBC, sorry, yeah. When it moved to Channel 5, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many people are the same.
Yeah. I used to love it, but
Yeah.
when it moved to Channel 5, we had rubbish reception. Do you remember when Channel 5
I
first
remember
came
that.
out?
When Channel 5 first came,
Yeah,
oh,
it
the
wasn't good
reception was shocking,
everywhere.
wasn't it?
Yeah, and then by the time you're behind, aren't you?
Yeah. No, a lot of people do say that as well. They watched it right up until it moved to Channel 5, and that's when they stopped watching. Guilty pleasure. We all need that. We all need a guilty pleasure to watch.
Laura's telling me about the mythical land of Arkansas.
Is she?
Did you know that you can dig your own diamonds in Arkansas? The Crater of Diamonds State Park lets you dig and keep whatever you find. It's fun. That sounds like so much fun.
It does, doesn't it?
But the thing is, diamonds, pretty hard to spot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't get them out of the ground and they're not beautifully polished and, you know, princess cut and,
No.
and all the rest of it. Pretty tricky to find. Yeah, but that sounds really exciting. I'd love to have a go at that for sure.
I would, yeah.
Yeah. That'd be really
I'd like to go out with a metal detector and just detect metal.
I would love to go out with a metal detector. That is one of those things that I really fancy doing.
Yeah.
There's a big, like, open field near where I live that every time I walk past it, I think there's gold in them there hills. Or
There's some
like,
places you get that feel, don't you?
Yeah.
You just think there's got to be treasure in there.
Yeah. And because it's Chester, it's like a Roman town, so there must be Roman coins roaming around. Oh, silence is palpable.
Did I miss something there, did I?
Roman coins roaming around.
Oh, Roman, that's a good one.
His words said that was a good one, his face did not.
Yeah, wasted on me. Wasted on me.
What colour have you popped on there, Craigle? Is that silver, is it?
All I hear is words, but I can't quite hear. Oh, what colour? Right, got you. There you go, I can hear now. So, gilding wax I used was the silver,
Right.
and then I used silver embossing powder.
Gorgeous. Oh,
So-
it's really nice.
Make a statement, and
Pops.
for that I used our translucent clear. So stamped our translucent clear, make a wish, make a wish, make a wish, and then I heat embossed that with the silver. And now all it is the case of is I've got some mats and layers to make it stand out. So I'm going to black onto white onto black. I'm going to pop some foam pads on the back of this one, and then we can layer it onto this last one.
Gorgeous. If you want some gilding wax, there's some at the bottom of your screen. You get 5 colours and the silver is for free. So bottom of your screen, 30 mils each, and if you've never worked with gilding wax before and you've just seen Craigle use them, they last for ages.
Oh, so long. So long.
Like ages. Even if you use a little bit every single day, we're talking months upon months upon months upon months upon months.
Gosh, yeah,
upon
years
months.
even.
So well worth that money if you do fancy them.
Now, if you're going to scoop it out with a spoon or something, then maybe it won't quite last a year, but
Yeah, no, but it's gilding wax, it's not
Gilding
Nutella.
wax.
You only
No.
use a little bit.
exactly.
Other chocolate spreads are available.
Not a big fan of chocolate spread.
Oh, hey up, Susan. Hiya, Becky and Craig. Hi, Sue, how are you? You having a nice day? I hope you are. My husband does metal detecting, and all he finds is milk bottle tops and horseshoes. I'd be chuffed if I found a horseshoe.
Would you?
Yeah, definitely. That'd just be really exciting.
You're not going to get a few bob from that, though, are you?
Well, yeah, but it's not all about the money, it's about enjoyment. Keep them in my house, you know, make a nice pendant out
metal
of them.
detecting, it's all about the money.
Is it?
You
Is
want,
that what
you
it
want to
is
have a
for you?
purpose to it.
Yeah.
You know, you
Yeah,
don't want to
but-
just find crappy bits of
What
rubbishy
about-
bit of metal.
What about milk bottle tops, though?
Rubbishy bits of metal.
Milk bottle tops is in, like, the plastic ones, or are we talking, like, vintage ones? Because they might get you a bob or two.
Maybe. Take them to the Antique Roadshow.
Oh, now you're being silly. I'm not going to rock up at
I'm
the
being
Antiques
silly.
Road. I'm not going to rock up at the Antiques Roadshow. Oh, hello. Do you mind telling me how much this milk bottle top is worth? Oh,
Well,
yeah,
if
they'll
you're
put me
saying
right
it-
to the front of the queue.
If you're
Move
saying
the
it might be
original money
valuable.
out the way, Bex is here with a bottle top. No, I don't think we'd be very good at this. Good morning, I can't wait to see these. They are already in my craft stash, says Jennifer. Hiya, Jennifer. Jennifer Joseph. One of my favourite types of things, that when someone's first name and last name could both be first names. I think it's really classy.
Do you think so?
Yeah, I do. I love it.
Craig Laird, that doesn't work, does it?
No, I've never met a Laird.
No.
Oh, I put a little R on it then. Do you know what your last name means? Does it mean anything?
I don't actually, no.
Is it Scottish last name?
Well, it's my stepdad's surname. There's probably some sort of meaning to it. Charlotte is going to have a little look.
Or do you know what your first name
For us.
means?
Now, I do remember looking once before, this is a couple of years ago, but I can't remember what it was, what it said that it meant.
I mean, great story. Oh, I can't wait for the book to come out. We'll have a little look for you.
But I do remember
Rebecca apparently means bound. As in, like, bound to do something.
Yeah?
Yeah, apparently. Laird, I had a feeling this is what it would mean, and this is so right for you. Laird, by all accounts, means Lord.
Lord. Lord Laird.
As in Craig Lord.
Craig
Suits you.
Laird.
Speaking of suits you, look at this.
There we go. So that one was using the Make-A-Wish and the silver gilding wax, and then we stamped with our translucent clear ink pad, and we put some silver embossing powder over the top and heated it up, and we've now got that one.
Lord Craig, it's an absolute beauty. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. If you would like to seize the moment, you've got all of those different designs, 15 elements in total, and it includes your embossing folder, your dies, and your stamps as well, all today at a discount deal. Now, we have got for you a weekend super saver, and our weekend super saver today is a fabulous box, jam-packed full of goodies. Now, the goodies in here are craftable. They work beautifully together, meaning that you can create cards, boxes, tags, so much more, and it will all fit in beautifully together. Over 265 different elements within this box, and it is Year of Craft Box 2. If you are new to us or you missed out on Craft Box number 1, don't think, oh, well, I'm not going to be able to get this because it's, you know, sort of, you know, it's like reading Game of Thrones and starting with the second one. Don't worry, it's not like that. It can still work by itself with everything that's within this. And the great thing is, you don't just get what is in this, you also get for free our free Spring Greetings Rocket Card Kit. Now, if you don't know what these are, it's well cool. Even if you don't have a die cutting machine, or you just want to take a few things with you and you can't take your die cutting machine with you, you pop them out, you pop them together, and you can create movable cards. And these cards rock. They literally rock on their axes. They're perfectly balanced, and you get all of these different designs a few times over. So you can make designs such as this, for example. Lots of different colour palette, lots of different designs, and they are absolutely fabulous. And you could even incorporate them together if you wanted to. Today, you buy the box, you get the rockers for free. Nearly 500 elements within here, all for nothing at all. So if you do want to seize the moment, now is most certainly your chance. Now let me bring to you an embossing folder duo collection. Now this collection is so interchangeable. It is something that has no sort of time frame on it. It's very much all year round. The only thing that does have a time frame on it is the discount. It's massive, and it's only lasting for a short time, or until these sell out. 60% off, and check what you're about to get in this. So you're going to get in each of these packs, and this is how it will come if you are new, 2 embossing folders, and they are separate. So if I flip it over, you'll see you get this one here, and you'll get this design here, which you can use together or you can use separately. So in it, I have got for you your dots. I've got your cable knit as well, which is lovely. It's almost like, well, a cable knit jumper, but also it looks a little bit like, you know, when you get plaited bread, you know, someone does it on Bake Off. It looks like that. It's lovely. I've also got for you here me snow. So this is your delicate snowflake, and you get like a flurry of snowfall. Now we say snowfall, but you could absolutely make this glitter fall, couldn't you? What are you doing? What?
Lord Laird handshake.
You
don't need to pull Hollywood handshake.
Lord Laird handshake. Isn't this the point where I'm like meant to cry? Because on Bake Off normally it's like, ooh, and then everyone behind is like, when really you know they're thinking, oh.
Yeah. I want a handshake.
Oh, congratulations, congratulations. Oh, I hate your bread. It could be confetti as well, couldn't it? And I've also got for you the little snowflakes at the bottom. Then I've got some baubles for you. Now, these ones I really enjoy. I love the way that you've got the different axis movement to these ones, and also lovely for you to pick out individual colours in each of them. I've got floral lace on this one, and again, you're getting the two different designs. Up, this will go great with some of the dies that we did for you earlier on, actually, wouldn't they? Then I've got for you, perfect for Leon Day, as it is today. Happy Leon Day. How did you say it before? Leon.
Leon.
Leon. Yeah. Happy Leon Day, because today, Leon with a capital N at the end. It's Noel backwards, because it's exactly 6 months till Christmas. We have got these beautiful holly jollies, two different designs there, as you see. I've got your playful hearts here as well. These ones have got larger hearts and little dots in them. You've also got the smaller ones at the base. And then finally, from this big collection, you've got your scattered snowflake. And again, two different designs there with that lovely swirl base on the bottom. Again, both of them in the pack. You can use them separately, together, upside down ways, sideways, diagonally. It's absolutely up to you. You're getting all of them in here with a huge 60% saving. And let alone if you're platinum, I mean, way over 60% off if you are. This is a great time to seize the moment in these. I'd say especially if you're exploring exactly what embossing folders can do. And if you are on that exploration right now, you're in the perfect place, because we are all about the masterclass with these, and we're going to have a demo with them in just a moment. If you've got any questions related to embossing folders, stencils, whatever, do feel free to message us in. Got loads of you in saying hello. Val says, hi Craig and Becky, I'm sorry I'm late. I watched the tennis finale, but I'm giving you my full attention now, and that's Val in Southampton. I hope it went well. I hope it was ace. Tennis pun. Hello to Sarah, who's saying beautiful card, Craig. Mary saying lovely card, Craig. We've got Stacey in from Washington now. Hello to you. Again, if you have got any questions, it's Susie the superstar looking after you. For now, though, should we dive on in to a make? What are we up to, Craig?
Right, let's do a little bit Christmas here, and we're going to use the scattered snowflakes.
Oh, gorgeous.
So we have got a piece of our watercolour card. Cut it to just over 5 by 5, and another piece as well that I've cut to, well, just over 5 inches by 2.5. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back and use our silver gilding wax again, but I'm going to go down, I'm going to lay my parakeet colour down. So I'm going to work all the way around. I'm going to have it so it's quite dark on the outside, but then quite light on the inside.
Okay.
So we're not necessarily going for a full block of colour. And I'm going to go down and get the colour in, just using the one, but working our way round. And then adding it on. You could do what I'm doing with multi-purpose card if you want to. It's not as if I'm going to add any water or anything like that to it. It's just I like the textured effect that the watercolour card gives you. So working my way around, building up that colour. And as I say, I'm not overly bothered about going too far into the centre. I will add a little bit of colour, but I want the depth of colour to be all the way around the edge. I'm just working it in. And I just find parakeet is a really nice one. It's a nice alternative colour to use if you're doing anything with snow or ice or snowflakes. Just a little bit different.
And it is really versatile colour, because it can equally be summery, can't it?
Of course it could, absolutely.
Like a perfect blue sky or ocean.
It's like the cool mode for summertime. But then if you use it in a Christmas way, in Christmas style, it could be really quite cold and icy.
Yeah.
So laying the colour up, gone in, added a lighter layer within the middle just so that we can blend it in.
Beautiful.
And that's we got my first panel.
Lovely.
And then all that I'm going to do is exactly the same with this little rectangle, because each of the sets, because they come in with 2 folders with the I'm going to die cut them separately. You can do it all in a oneer if you want to, but I'm just choosing to use them separately. It's how I tend to use them.
Okay. Busy Lizzie's living up to her name, saying hello, Becky and Craig and CCTV team. I'm making foam flowers whilst watching the show to finish off a wedding card for my neighbour's wedding on Friday.
Oh, beautiful.
That sounds gorgeous. I bet that they will not get a card quite like yours.
No.
And I hope you have a most magical day. Are you going to the day do? Is it a day do thing or is it just a night do? Have you got your outfit picked out? Oh, it's a lovely time for a wedding.
Depending on who it is, sometimes it's better just going to the night do, isn't it?
Do you reckon?
You know, if it's someone close to you, you want to be all day. But, you know, if you know them well, but you don't really want to sit through a whole
day of it.
ceremony.
Yeah.
It's nice just going to the do and you get to party and...
Yeah. I do think also if you don't know anyone else really going to the day do, it can be a bit, you sort of sat by yourself and you're on a table with, you know, their second cousin Brian and his, you know, wife's canary or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can be a bit awkward, can't it?
Their accountant's brother's stepdaughter or...
Yeah. Or on the singles table.
Oh, yeah.
As well.
Singles or the kiddies table.
I used to always get put on the kids' table when I worked with young people because it was basically just I was there for free babysitting.
Yeah.
Yeah, always.
And I'm not being funny though. Depending on whose wedding it is, sometimes you have more fun at the kids' table.
Yeah.
An absolute hoot.
Yeah, children are brilliant.
Yeah. You have a good laugh.
Yeah.
Whereas, you know, sitting next to Doreen, who doesn't have a sense of humour,
Yeah.
with these kids that just want to have
Loads of fun.
And, yeah.
Running around doing skids on the knees.
They get skid marks on their knees.
Yeah. Oh, fun.
So as we can see, we have inked up our 2 panels here with the parakeet. So I'm going to go in with the 5x5. So what I'm doing, making sure that the deboss side is on this side, so that no, it's not, the emboss side is on this side, so that it's going to be pushing through up towards the ink. Lovely. So let's go in with our plates. So base cut and plate. We're going to do our top plate, and also I'm going to add my metal shim in as well. So as I was saying a moment ago, you can do them both together if you want to. You absolutely can. No specific reason as to why I'm not, other than because they're 2 separate elements, I just prefer to just run them through separately. You know, and you can do that with your Gemini.
Lovely.
So take this one out, and then this is going to give us an emboss effect.
Fab.
That you can see here.
Definitely.
So then what we're going to do is if we take the next one, and we're going to do exactly the same. I'm going to pop that into my panel, and now we're going to run that one through. Even though it's got the die edge to it, I'm still going to add my metal shim. It's not going to damage it or do anything to break it. It's just going to run it through. It's going to emboss the embossed detail, and then it's going to die cut that little swirl outline. So we can then remove this one. And if we take that one out the way, we just need to take our little scissors, and I just need to snip at the edge there. Just snip at the edge there. So what we've got is we've got that nice curve, but we've also got our embossed detail. And now all that I need to do is go back in with the silver gilded wax. Once again, you could change the colour if you want to, but I just think that this colour with the silver works an absolute treat. And similar to what I done within the last one, Becky, I'm going to go over, but I'm only going to go over the snowflakes. I'm not going to go all over.
Okay.
I'm just I'm just cherry picking. I'm not perry anything.
Do you like a perry?
Peri peri.
No, a perry.
A perry.
Not a piri. Perry.
What's a Perry?
A drink.
Oh, is it?
No, Perry, well, Perry, from my understanding, is like a cider, but it's pears, it's not apples.
Oh, Perry to me is Kevin and Perry.
Oh, yeah.
Can I have a jam sandwich, please?
Yeah. Kevin and Perry,
Go
90s, I want to say.
Something like that, yeah.
Probably from like the 90s. It's Harry Enfield.
Harry Enfield.
And basically it was a fully grown man and a fully grown woman pretending to be teenage boys, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's very funny. And it's all, you know, like, oh, slamming doors. And actually, I think the first introduction to them, wasn't it that he was like, his 12th birthday and he blew out the candles on his cake and so he turned 13.
Yeah.
And then he like falls over and he comes up and he's all really sweet and then he falls over and he comes up all like angry.
Terrible teenager.
Yeah. Oh, funny.
But they're really nice to each other's parents.
Yes, they are.
Horrible.
Yeah.
They're all
Hello,
a bit
Mrs.
lovely.
Patterson.
Can I have a jam sandwich, please?
Oh, Kathy says, I love attending weddings. It's a great place to make new friends, and I am the first on the dance floor.
Yeah.
Kathy, generally, it's the bride and groom who get up first, but I know what you mean. Just being silly.
Kathy, go dressed in white.
Yeah, I do like a good dance floor at a. You're right there, Craigo.
Yes, the fans playing with my hair again.
Someone did message on earlier, actually, talking about your hair, saying that your shirt looked lovely, but there was a little bit of hair that was just blowing.
Just blowing about, yeah.
Yeah, but you've sorted it out now.
Yeah. It'll all be disappearing next week, though, so.
Why are you having your hair lopped off?
Yeah, before going to the hospital.
How short?
I'm going back to being short.
Short.
Because I just don't know how long it'll take before I can get my hair cut again.
Of course.
So I'll just go short, and let it grow out again.
Have you ever had it long, as in
No.
like past the ears?
This is probably the longest I've ever had it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the longest I've ever had it. I've had it short, but yeah, no, longest wise, this is it. The longest ever. Getting to that point, I don't know what to do with it now.
Plait?
Plait. I wouldn't be far before I could, or it wouldn't be long before I'd be able to put in little plaits. Wait, you see.
Oh, yeah, little top knot.
Top knot, yeah. Little bunches in my hair.
Oh yeah, little pigtails.
Pigtails.
That'd be cute.
Imagine that. Little pigtails.
Oh, hey up, Nee's popped in. Hiya, Nee. We've been wondering where you are. Nee says, hi. Seeing my man here. I just have to drop a sunny hello to Craig and for Ms. Sunshine herself, Becky. Oh. Hello to our Fab TV team and Crafts Companion World, and hello to our lovely crafters. Hi, Nee.
Hi.
Oh, I hope you're having a fabulous day. Do feel free to let us know if you've got anything exciting planned with him. That sounds absolutely lovely. Nee's a very sunny person.
Yeah, there's sunshine. Sunshine, lollipop.
And
I don't know the rest.
rainbows, something. Da, da. Are you any good at lyrics to words? I know
No.
that you've been singing a lot of Kate Bush today and you seem to be getting all them right.
Only because Charlotte, because Becky was humming it earlier on,
I was.
and now it's stuck in my head.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yep. And it's on every radio station.
Oh, no, you can't move for it. Do you know what, though? Timeless, isn't it? Timeless.
It is.
Panda Crafter said, I love Kevin and Perry. The moving Kevin and Perry Go Large.
Brilliant film.
Oh, lordy, yes.
Absolutely
I wonder how old that is,
brilliant
that film now. Yeah, and was it Ibiza or Ayia or something they went to? It was
Uncle
oh, yeah, they had
Paul.
Amnesia, weren't they? Oh, my goodness.
Uncle Paul.
Interesting thing about amnesia, you can't film in amnesia.
You what, sorry?
You can't film in amnesia.
You can't?
No, you're not. You get your phone taken off you when you go in.
Really?
Yeah. It's a nightclub in Ibiza for anyone who doesn't know.
I thought it was a country.
No, sorry. In Kevin and Perry Go Large, that's where they DJ or they go and dance or whatever, don't they? Anne is saying, happy to see Craig using these. I ordered a couple from the summer sale. Well done. Good work.
Glad to hear.
I hope this is helping with your inspo. I'm sure it is.
Hopefully, anyway. Because whatever I do, or any of us on the team do, for instance, okay, I'm using our scattered snowflakes. You could replicate what I'm doing using some of the other duo embossing folders if you want. So, you know, it's not as if you can only do what we do with the product that we use.
So true.
So I'm going to go in and I've just added a few gems. I'm going to pop that one here. Got another few little gems and I'm popping my glue on into place. Let's pick that one up there. So pick that one. Where have I popped my glue? There, and then into there.
Beautiful.
It's that one, and then last, but by no means least, let's bring in our little bow. So I'm going to add that with my glue gel. So that I'll pop there. Set that one to the side, and then there we go. Let's lift that one up. So we can see that one is using the scattered snowflakes. We've used our parakeet water reactive ink and a few gems plus our silver gilding wax.
That is so pretty, and yeah, adding a lovely chill to the warm studio today. Thank you so much for that, Craig. If you would like to seize the moment on these, we have got a massive discount. Half price is good, 60% off is better, and that's what we've got today on all of these. As you can see, all of these different designs that you're getting in here, including embossing, but also cutting edges as well along these ones. Again, 60% off. It's £30.99 or $40.99 only today. A really fabulous saving on these ones for some serious creativity. If you do want to seize the moment, now is your chance. And speaking of seizing the moment, lots of people absolutely adoring your card, Craig, including Mary Pat, who's saying beautiful card and is giving you lots of claps. We have got so many wonderful things to keep you entertained, to keep you busy, to keep you crafting over the next few seasons, and we have got them all on our website as part of our Summer Saver sale. So do head on over there and treat yourself to these things, because as always, these sales will not last forever, and already we have seen sellouts in them. So if you've had your eye on anything, go and have a little nosy, see if it's in the sale. Whilst you do that, let's find out more about delivery.
We've had to make some changes to our shipping charges, and we want to keep you informed. With continued pressure on domestic shipments around mainland US, we've had to temporarily increase the cost of our regular 6 to 10 working day standard shipping service from $9.99 to $12.95, and our free shipping threshold from $100 to $125. We also have some really great news to tell you. We've introduced a brand new shipping service called Express Delivery. This is a fully tracked door-to-door service which takes 3 to 7 working days and costs $19.95. This option means you'll get your crafty goodies in your hands sooner, meaning less waiting and more crafting. We're also upgrading delivery services for our Gold and Platinum Club Inspire members, who will now receive priority delivery on all of their orders. And if that wasn't enough, we've upgraded these orders to our new Express 3 to 7 day service. Your patience and understanding throughout this very busy time has been amazing. So we'd just like to say a huge thank you, and we look forward to chatting to you again very soon.
Quick Buy, all your crafting must-haves in a flash. Draw, decorate, and customize your world with the colorful Spectrum Noir acrylic paint markers. Each premium paint marker gives opaque coverage on ceramic, glass, wood, and let's not forget paper, cardstock, and canvas. These versatile markers are filled with highly pigmented premium water-based paint, offering beautiful, rich, and smooth coverage. The colors can be blended together, and the fast-drying opaque paint is ideal for layering. A 3mm bullet tip offers smooth strokes, and a precision valve mechanism allows rich and consistent flow with no clogging. Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Make your die cutting tools last as long as your love for crafting with the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates. Your metal dies are put under lots of pressure with each pass through your Gemini die cutting machine. So to make sure they cut crisp, clean, delicate designs for years to come, you need to look after your dies, and that's where the Gemini Accessories clear cutting plates come in. Quick Buy, get yours now. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us, you give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back to Crafters TV. Happy Saturday. How is your day going so far? If it's going great, we're about to make it a touch better. If it could be better, well, we're about to add a little bit of a creative bump to your day. And we are starting off looking at Christmas stencils. Now, we are officially allowed to start speaking about Christmas now, as it is Leon Day. Yep, Leon Day is a little bit of a holiday that celebrates exactly 6 months till Christmas. And we have got some festive treats for you. Let me tell you that for nothing. I'm bringing to you in this masterclass a stencil section. And this is a fabulous bit of kit. If you've never worked with stencils before, I think when you think about stencils, you may well think back to that time, maybe in the 90s, where stencils were everywhere, but it was just for the home. Remember? You'd put stencils on your wall, wouldn't you, in a border? You'd maybe tongue and groove a bit of old wood and put a stencil on that as well. Stenciling has been around for centuries, and it is something which, with the power of our Gemini, and of course with the fabulous creativity of our team here, we have been able to take to another level. We're bringing to you today in this selection 10 different stencils that can be swapped, swapped, matched up and interchanged. I'm going to start off by showing you our bells are ringing. We have got for you here your larger stencil. You're also going to get the smaller stencil, which you can layer up as shown at the side here. I'm also going to bring to you our holly sprigs. Lovely Craigle did a demonstration with this earlier on, so you can watch back if you want to. It was on Play Your Crafts Right, which was a heated game of Spot the Difference. It was hot, and it was neck and neck until the end, when I won. For the first time in a long time, we have also got for you your perfect poinsettias, that lovely bursting flower there. I'm bringing to you also, oh, Christmas tree, with your bells and your tree there in the centre. And then I've got your baubles and stars. Wonderful detail on this, a really joyous one. I just want to let you know that you can use these on homeware. You can use these on cards. You can use these these on boxes. You can use these pretty much on anything you set your mind to. And remember, you can also emboss with them, amongst many other elements. I just want to bear that in mind when you actually reflect on that price. A tenner. We're talking £1 per item here. We are talking about something which should be £30, usually is. Not today. If you want to grab them, please do seize the moment. At the start of our show earlier, a fifth of the stock was gone like that. We're over a quarter of the stock gone already at this point. So it's well worth seizing the moment on this whilst we've got this deal on and while stock's left, if they are talking to you. As well as this today, I have got for you, and in fact, have a little think of it this way. You've just saved yourself £20 on that. Why not put that £20 towards our weekend super saver? Because this is a box jam-packed full with absolutely loads of goodies, over 265 goodies to be precise. There's oodles in here. You get your fabulous box, which has, when you open it up, you've got a lovely little drawer access there, which gives you just layers and layers of treats so that you can make things like this and so much more. And for free, you're going to get one of these, which is our Rocker card kit. This by itself is $24.99, but you're getting it for free today, and you can make cards that will literally rock. You don't need a die cutting machine or anything sort of extra for these ones, so you could take it away if you're going on your Jolly Bobs or something. You just pop them out, glue them together, job's a good one. 5 different themes, but you are getting within here a massive amount of different pages, 40 printed die cut sheets you're going to be getting in here, so loads of fun to be had. You also get envelopes too, so if you are taking it on your holidays, then you could pop a stamp on and get ready to go. So seize the moment on that one. And as I mentioned, you have got £20 saving on this collection here, so a great way to kind of treat yourself to something a little bit extra there. Shall we have some inspiration? Let's hang on over to the festive Lord himself. It is the wonderful Craig. Hi, Craig.
Thank you very much. Right, Tio, let's do this. Let's go in with the bells are ringing for this one, Becky. And what we're going to do within, earlier on, in Play Your Crafts Right, we used the holly sprigs. And what I done is I showed you how you can ink with the main image itself, and then you ink around. This time, what we're going to do is we're going to ink through the full back stencil, and on a separate piece of card, we're going to ink the bells, and then we're going to use Matte & Laird dies to then lift them up. So what I'm going to do is I've got my main background stencil, and I'm going to secure it at the top with some of our low-tack tape. If you want to use a repositional spray, you can do, but I'm just using our stencil tape. And then you can either use your blending tools, but because I used them earlier on, what I'm going to do is use my finger daubers. These are currently out of stock at the moment. They will be back, but you can just pop your email address in and they'll let you know when they're back in stock. So all that I'm going to do is get that ink on. So I like to dab a load of ink to start with on selective areas, and then I go back and then I blend it on. So going in and then blending it on, because that ink that sits on the stencil, that's not going to dry, that's not going anywhere. So go along and then blend all that excess ink, take it off your stencil, because you don't want it on the stencil, you'd rather have it on your cardstock. So we're going to go in, so we're just working our way around. For me, what I tend to do is I hold them by gripping them, that you can see there. For my finger, it's a little bit too tight for my finger, and it could be a little bit uncomfortable. So if that is the same with you, please don't feel as though you can't use them. Just hold them in whichever way you feel comfortable. The intention is for you to have your finger inside, but as I say, if that doesn't feel natural, if it doesn't feel comfortable for you, then use it in other ways that you can see here. If you've got something that's got quite a wide diameter that will slot inside that, then you can do that and use it as an extended area for you to hold on to, grip onto.
Great idea.
So all that I'm doing is going to go in and blend that colour into my card. And this is why I always like to have my cardstock slightly larger than I actually need, because then I can trim it afterwards. So, carrying on.
Sandy's messaged in saying, I love stencils. I'm going to show 2 of my friends how to create such beautiful cards with them. Oh, that is lovely.
Stencils I find, they're like embossing folders where they've been kind of put on the back shelf for a while. And I know, certainly with embossing folders, but stencils as well, Debbie Robinson, a huge advocate for them. She absolutely loves them because they're so effective, because you can do so many techniques with them. But on the other hand, you can simply, stencil-wise, ink them, sentiment, and that's it.
And you're done.
And you're done. You know, and it doesn't need to be a fancy sentiment. It could be a sentiment in the bottom left-hand corner or right-hand corner, wherever you want it to be. And certainly at Christmas time, you know, you make and sell, you make and give more cards at Christmas time than any other time of the year. So yes, you want them to be beautiful, you want them to be lovely. But on the other hand, you want them to be quick to be made as well.
Yeah.
You know, don't get me wrong, your close family members, loved ones, you're going to spend a bit more time on their cards.
Yeah.
But for ones that you are going to sell, whether it's for personal gain or for charity or that, you have to be able to do them in quick speed.
Yeah.
But not lose any of that loveliness.
Kathy's messaged in saying, oh sorry, I thought it was Kathy Levine then, as in like Avril. I was like, oh, I wonder if they're related. Anyway, it's not, that's not a last name.
Can I just tell you a quick story of that?
Please tell me.
So the other day I was coming back from Hobby Maker.
Yeah.
And on the radio said something about music throwback. So I was like, all right. So carefully, eyes on the road, had my phone sits out the way, but I put my finger on the side so Siri would come on.
Right.
And I just said, Siri, play pop throwback music.
Yeah.
I'm thinking 80s, 90s.
Yeah.
No, it was like Avril Lavigne and stuff like that. I was like, oh.
Oh, no, that's,
I like Avril Lavigne.
That's my idea
but I
of
just
joy.
didn't expect throwback to be kind of, well, what I just said a minute ago, Charlotte, 70s, 80s?
70s, 80s. But I think Avril Lavigne, I mean, what an absolute genius. Who comes up with lyrics such as, he were a skatey boy, I said see you later boy. I mean, that is...
Or, it's a damn cold night.
Oh, yeah.
That's a cracking song.
Do you know what? Absolute. She was the Shakespeare of her time.
She was, wasn't she?
Avril Lavigne. Do you remember she got married in a Converse?
What was that, sorry?
She got married in Converse. I
Did
remember.
she?
She married in trade.
Oh, no, yes, she did.
Yeah.
Yes, she did.
Charlotte's just let us know that Avril Lavigne was the first cassette that Charlotte's, our director, ever owned. I love that. Can you remember the first CD or cassette or album that you owned?
I want
Johnny's
to say...
was Michael Jackson's Bad. That's a good first one. On cassette.
It was definitely... I want to say it was some in Spice Girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think that was my first one.
My, I think I had on cassette the Lion King soundtrack. Big fan of that, yeah. But my first CD was Aqua, Dr. Jones.
Oh, Dr. Jones, calling Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, Dr. Jones, wake up now.
Wake up now. Absolute corker. Charlotte hasn't got a clue what we're singing. And Dr. Jones, on the CD, it was a CD, but also a CD-ROM.
Oh!
So you would put it into your computer and it would play the video.
Wow.
I know, yeah. It was really advanced. It was like the first time it had ever happened. It was the only thing it played. It was literally the song and just the video.
Yeah.
But brilliant.
Wow.
Yeah. Do feel free to message us in. What was your first CD or single or record? Do let us know. Susie.
Like a hips don't lie.
Susie is saying that Michael Jackson's Thriller was the first one. I love that. Why are you singing Shakira, for anyone who's just tuned in?
That was Charlotte. Oh yeah, right enough. That was Charlotte's first CD that she bought.
Shakira.
Shakira, Shakira. Oh, my international line.
It's like she's here.
It is. Yeah. I liked her song She-Wolf.
There's a she-wolf. Yeah. Aroo.
Aroo.
Oh, that's a great. That's a great one. Absolute tunes, actually. Shakira has.
I'm jealous that everyone can remember their first cassettes and
I know. I can't believe that you
CDs.
can't.
No, I can't remember. I remember buying Steps, One for Sorrow, but that wasn't like my first one.
Right. Yeah, because One for Sorrow, you know, it's not old at
No.
all.
No. Yeah, Woolworths was always a place to go, Charlotte, yeah.
Yeah, you'd go into Woolworths, have a look at the CDs, come out with pick and mix. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, great pick and mix. Woolworths
If you
ad.
went in for the CD, you couldn't decide because I had the CD in front of you, and to the right-hand side it would have the little cassette. Do I
Yeah.
want the CD or do I want the cassette?
Yeah. Oh, brilliant.
Now you just go on our phone and just download it. Well, even I don't even do that. If you've got things like Spotify or Apple Music, Amazon Music, you don't even need to go in and download it and buy it. It's there, isn't it?
No. I don't have any of those. I also do not, I've never downloaded a song in my life.
Have you not?
No, I've never had like an iPod or anything. No, nothing like that. No. Didn't have anything like that.
Yeah, I have to admit, I am one of those that's got like so many of the streaming sites.
Oh, really? Like a few of them, yeah?
Yeah, and I'm like, I hardly ever watch them enough, but I don't want to take them off.
Oh, Pamela's got a good first album. First album that Pamela owned was the Jackson 5, ABC. Easy as one, two, three. That's a cool one. That's really cool. See, there are some that are just cool, aren't there? And I think that's a cool one.
Cool one.
Sarah's saying, my first cassette was an ABBA one, and my dad gave me. Sarah, that's a really cool one too. Have you seen the ABBA holographic thing they're doing now?
I've seen clips, yeah.
Seen clips of it. That's mind-boggling, isn't it? Absolutely mind-boggling. What a genius
Imagine
idea.
that, being able to do a tour without you having to leave your house.
I know, just sitting at home, eating bagels and,
Yeah.
and toast and getting paid.
People getting paid to do it,
Yeah, I
yeah.
love that. Margaret is saying, Meet the Beatles LP. That's another cool one. That very appropriate for today because we've got Paul McCartney headlining Glastonbury today, the oldest person to headline on the Pyramid stage. So it'll be sort of 9:30 p.m. tonight-ish. Hello to Kirsty saying, my first record was Ben by Michael Jackson. It's a bit of a crier, that, isn't it?
What one?
Ben.
Oh, Ben.
Yeah. Who did? Was it Boyzone did a version of that? I think it might have been. Oh, it's a blubber. Hello also to Kerry. Now, Kerry, this is all of... Please take this with love because I do agree with you on this. The other ones I would classify as cool. This one, I think, is just cheesy brilliance. Kerry's first tape, is it Kerry? Yeah, Kerry's first was the Grease cassette.
Oh.
That is beautiful cheese in perfection, isn't it? The Grease Mega Mix. Can you get better?
And multiplying.
Oh. Do you know what? That's the way to get people on a dance floor.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
The Grease
Absolutely.
Mega Mix. Oh, absolutely brilliant. Tie off and around the head. Do, 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 do. Yeah, love it. Oh, it's brilliant. Well, Jessica, not in a month of Sundays would I have guessed someone would message this in. Jessica's first record was Sesame Street.
Oh.
Got to get to Sesame Street.
I
like
would
Sesame
buy
Street.
albums, you know, the ultimate TV themes and movie themes. I'd buy them, or at the times, WWF album.
Oh.
The wrestling intros, yeah.
Oh, so what all the wrestlers come out to, their
The
music?
music that they would come out to, yeah.
Ah, Can you
Yeah.
remember any that really resonate for you?
Stone Cold Steve Austin,
Right.
that Shattering Glass.
Oh, right. What, is that an actual song?
Well, it's a tune.
Right,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Brilliant. Johnny's driving along, the son Leo in the car, and the Undertaker's theme song comes on. Brilliant.
That sounds very upbeat.
Right, what I was doing there, Becky, just while we were chatting away about the songs, was you never missed anything other than what you seen me doing. And I went over with lemon tonic and our background stencil, so gone over completely with lemon tonic. And then with the bells, what I've done is I've gone in with honey pot, I've gone in with Chinese red, and I've gone in with pine tree, and I added a little bit of the Chinese red across the band of the bells. So what we can do is we can then go in and we can lift this one off. I mean, look at that. Isn't that fab or what?
Wow.
Absolutely love the look and effect that stencils can give you. So that's that one. And then we can take this one off, and as we lift that one up, I mean, look at that as well. Absolutely fan-dabby-dozy. Love it. So what I can do is come in with this back one. I'm going to trim this one to 5x7. So all I'm doing, using my guillotine, I'm going to follow the outline edge that you get from that stencil. So following it all the way round, cutting it to its size. So let's go into here. Last but by no means least. If you wanted to, you can, of course, keep a white border all the way round. But I mean, that you could be forgiven for thinking that's come out from a big piece of pattern paper.
Of course
and
you
you've
could.
trimmed it down.
Yeah.
Whereas you've done it yourself. And in actual fact, I'm not going to use my nesting dies. I'm just going to cut these in a simple square. And what I'm doing to kind of get the same measurements, the finger guard, where we've got this barrier edge here, kind of lining that up to the last part of my stencil design. So right at the end of the bow there, I'm going to cut. And then I'm going to do the same. So following that same line, I'm going to match up right at the top of that bow. I'm going to cut, and I've done the same already with that one. And whenever I came in a bit, did I come in a bit of that one? Yeah, so it was the next line in. So it's this outer line here. What I've done is cut, and then cut. So I've got my little topper, so as we can see, even just that alone can sit on there. I'm going to trim it a little bit more, because what I want is the bells on the background to be seen a little bit more.
Okay.
So I'm going to trim as close to the edge on each edge. This is where, if you want to use your matte and layer dies, or you want to use your nesting dies, you can do. But if I use my guillotine, I tend to cut little in often until I get the desired layer, which we can see
Pretty.
I've got there. Just need a bit of green cardstock to match my sentiment that I've got. So deck the halls down at the bottom. So let me just get a piece of our green card. So I'm going to use our texture card here. And have I got the deep green? Yes, I do. So let's take this one. I've got my card blank. So let me just double check. There. So let's go just over 4 3/4 by just over 6 3/4. Let's see, a little matte layer there. Just trim a wee bit off here. So I'm wanting a little border, nothing too substantial. But we've got our green border. I'm going to do the same with this one. So little matte layer all the way around. If you want to come in with gold or silvers or that, you can do. But what I'm doing is I'm pulling out the green from, but I actually think it's mistletoe, isn't it? Pulling out the green from the mistletoe that I've done.
Yes, it is mistletoe. Kathy's asked, what type of ink are you using and what colour was the yellow? Is it opaque, water reactive?
So the ink pads I used for these ones is water reactive. You could use your pigment ink pads if you want to. That would work really well as well, but it is your water reactive that I'm using. And for the background, for the bells, I used lemon tonic. And then for the actual main topper of the bells, I've used honey pot.
Lovely.
So hopefully that helps. But yeah, water reactive, although your pigment ink pads would work well as well.
Great.
So lining that one up there. So if I go into the back, adding my adhesives, popping it onto my card blank, which is 5 by 7. So we've got this one. So if I add this one on with my tape runner, and then once I've added this on, what I'm going to do is pop foam pads underneath. So I'm going to pop that one there, add in some height, which isn't necessary, but if you want to, you can do like I'm doing. So take these ones off. And then I'm going to do the same. I've already stamped my sentiment. So we can pop that one in. So keeping it a very straightforward shaped card, 5 by 7. You could turn it into an easel if you wanted it to, or it could be into the side of a stepper if you want. But if I pop that one there, and then I've got this bow here, can just sit to the side, making a statement. And it's pulling out the red this time from the ribbon bow. That can go there, and then I've got a couple of gems, so I'm just going to add one of them. So I'm going to add one into there. In actual fact, let's add one there, and that
Beautiful.
is all that I'm going to do with that one there.
Love it.
So that one, I'm going to hold it because the fan's going to blow over. That one using Bells Are Rising. So altogether, lemon tonic, honey pot, Chinese red, pine tree, water reactive, and that. So you can create 5 by 7 card.
That is so lovely. Thank you for showing us that.
You're
It's
welcome.
lovely, isn't it? Because although it is festive, actually the colours are really happy and joyful. So I hope that's giving you loads of inspiration. If you do want to seize the moment on it, let me just remind you, you're getting all 10 of those different element stencils that you can treat yourself to. If you do want to be inspired, may I suggest that you treat yourself to one of our Crafters Companions boxes, and this one is all about embossing folders, and it's our mix and match. In this box, you are going to get everything you need to create things like this, which by the way is just beautiful. You're getting things like the happy birthday, which isn't actually a die, it's already cut there for you. You can make it and colour it however you wish. You could also create something like this. Again, using all of those different embossing folders that are within here and mixing them around with ones you already have. You could also create something like this, because all of these have been created by using the treats and treasures that you will find locked away within this embossing box. In here, you are going to get absolutely loads and loads and loads of goodies. It is absolutely chock-a-block. And just to give you an idea of your sort of colour palette, I'll have a little peek of the treats inside here. You're getting lovely ribbons in here, you're getting oodles of gems, more ribbons, you're getting all of your cuts in there, and you are getting so many fantabulous papers. This is just a few of them. So many patterns, some of them bold colours, all of them beautifully fitting in together with your scheme. There's lots of sentiment stamps in here as well for you to get your hands on. So there's absolutely loads to keep you busy that you can use over and over and over, including the likes of embossing folders for you. So plenty within here Today, it's just $19.99, and the reason we're giving you that discount is just as a little bit of an added extra bonus treat, especially as this is $39, but box number 49 came out not so long ago. So it's a lovely chance for you to have fun with this. And just in case you don't know, if you are brand new and you've never done embossing before, watch the rest of this show, don't forget. You can watch it back at your leisure, but also everything that's in here will be a great first starting step, as well as if you've been crafting for a while. So that is number 39. Sorry, 39. I've also got box number 43, and this one is our silhouette stencil and stamp collection. So that one's really focused on our embossing. This one's really focused on our stencils. And yet again, in here you are getting over 220 elements so that you can create magical cards such as this. In here, you are going to get loads to keep you entertained, including the likes of 10 stencils. You're also going to be able to get 16 clear stamps. I have got 18 card blanks. I've got 18 card panels. I've got 18 envelopes. We have also got 9 assorted ribbons, lovely long lengths on those. I'm bringing to you 100 pearls. I'm bringing to you a coloured card pack with 15 pieces, and I'm bringing to you 18 pieces of your fabulous printed papers. All of those that you've just seen here have been created using elements that are within this box. Now, I do want to let you know, I have now got less than 10% of this left, which means it is officially limited stock. And with these, once they're gone, they're gone. You know, it's done. It's something that we don't bring back. You know, say for example we sell out of a set of dies or whatever, then we might well at some point bring those back. But with these ones, it's just not feasible for us. We can't do that. So if you do want to treat yourself, now is your time. And again, just to show you the sort of colour palettes that we're bringing to you in here, it's absolutely oodles to have fun with. So well worth seizing the moment whilst you have the opportunity to do so. It is again just $19.99 for the final few of those ones. So it's not just all we've got on air for you today, though. We are talking embossing, and as well as 2D embossing, you will also get 3D embossing folders. 3D really does add that added element of dimension, so you're going to get lovely layers. There won't just be a front and a back of the emboss, if you will, almost you know, a protruding and a concave. You're going to get lovely layers within this, and these ones are sort of a frame theme, if you will. So when we say that, we mean there's lovely areas that really do give a guideline around. Elegant flourish I've got. I bring you your embellished lace. I've also got your elegant frame trio. Then I'm bringing your exquisite blooms, as well as your enchanted roses. I am bringing to you your luscious lilies. We've then got your swirling lace, as well as your classic lace. We're bringing the lovely lace as well. And then I've got your intricate filigree. I love this one. I think that's a really interesting movement to that. You've got your elegant swirls as well, that has just a lot of fun to it. And finally, your fancy floral wreath, which has loads of lovely open space. So again, real nice opportunity with these because you're getting 12 of them. But again, as we will soon find, so many different ways in which you can use these. They don't have to be the size they are or the shape they are. You can really use these and your own imagination to create what you wish. Today, £50.31 or $66.78. And again, sensational platinum price. If you do want to seize the moment, now is your chance whilst we have them available for you. Craig, should we have a look at these in action?
Oh, go on then, you twisted my arm. Let's do that now. Did have finished samples. Here we go. Let's have a look at these ones here. Now this is one that we've done within, I keep going, do you know something? How I've not said wake up call yet, I'll never know, because I keep going to say wake up
and then
call,
you stop yourself.
And then I stop myself. We made this on Play Your Craft Right earlier on today, using our folders. But going in with the mats and layers, what I love with this selection here is you've got different sizes, whether it's 5x7, 4x6, slimline, 5x5, you've got different options. What we've got here is if you want to go in and do a wash with your sparkle pens or your aqua pots, anything like that, you can be doing. Mixing and matching your water reactive and your waxes. Letterpress technique, we'll do something similar within the demo we're about to do in a moment. We're going to mix a couple of techniques. Go in with your waxes and of course cherry pick sections when it comes to your framework. So all of these are called the frame, actually here's a couple more as well. They're called framed embossing folders is because all of them have got an element of framing going on. So you'll always have this space within the middle or certain aperture areas for you to frame something. But then this is one I remember that I done when, I think when the Not That Long first launched into a lovely bookmark as well. So you don't have to use them in specific ways or certain ways. So what we're going to do is, in a moment, what we're doing, because we're going to combine two of them. We're going to combine our 5x7 swirling lace and then our 6x4 elegant swirls. So in this one, we're going to go in with the swirling lace, and I'm going to emboss this with our white multi-purpose cardstock, and then we're going to ink over the top using our crushed velvet water reactive ink. And by embossing first, then inking afterwards, it sort of gives you the flexibility similar to gilding waxes. So you can go light, you can go heavy-handed with the colour, really intensify certain areas. So with it being 3D embossing folder, base plate, magnetic, and then our plastic shim, that one can run through. So as I say, nothing other than the folder and the cardstock. We will do the inking afterwards. You can ink first if you want to, then go over with the embossing. But as I say a moment ago, if I'm doing this sort of technique, I prefer to emboss first, then ink. So I've got a little bit more control. So we can even see just the white work that you can see there. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. And that's a good way to show the 3D depth. So see how this part is more stand out than this part here. Yeah. That one's higher, that one's more subtle. Yeah. That's because it's maybe potentially only 1 or 2 layer of 3D. That one you've got 1, 2, 3 potentially going on, 4 layers of depth within that one area. So that's a good way to show you from up above. However, let's go in with the crushed velvet. So what I'm going to do to start with is I'm going to go in and I'm going to add a light touch to start with. And I'm not overly concerned about doing the centre because the centre is going to be completely covered. This is the piece that we're going to emboss just shortly, and that's going to go over the top, so I don't need to worry too much. But all that I'm doing, Becky, is going in light to start with to get that colour down, and then I'm going to go a bit more heavy-handed in selective areas.
Okay, lovely. We're talking, what was your first tape, CD, cassette, album, LP, whatever it might be. We started on this because I thought Kathy's last name was Levine, as in Avril, and it started us off onto a whole route. Kathy has messaged saying, my first tape was The Cure. That is another very cool first tape. I love it. Craig, I wonder if you can guess what this person's first album was, or song was, if I just give you their name. Their name is 16 Jonas Fan.
Jonas Brothers?
You're not wrong. Yeah, my first was Jonas Brothers. Do you like a bit of the Jonas Brothers? Betsy says, my first cassette was Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA. That's a cool first one as well. That is, Johnny says, that's a beauty. That is a beauty. Shannon says, I can't remember my first cassette, but I was obsessed with New Kids on the Block. New Kids on the Block have had a collaboration song come out not that long ago with like Salt and Pepper and someone else, haven't they? I don't know if you've heard it. Yeah, really recently.
They were the group that I went to see in Madison Square Garden in New York.
I remember you saying. You with your mum?
With Mum, yeah.
That's
Yep.
lovely.
And do you know something? Although I know them, not personally, of course, I know them, although they're just before my time. As I've, forgive me, I've said this story a long time, lots of times. I was happy to see anything in Madison Square Garden. It was good it was them that was on because Mum was more familiar to them than I was.
Yeah.
Do you know something? I had a blast. They were brilliant.
Oh,
They were so, so good.
that's so lovely.
And then I did recognise more songs than I thought I would have.
Did you?
Yeah.
Michael.
So yeah, seen them.
I'm going to guess that this is Michael. Might also be a Michelle, I'll be honest. The letters are moving a bit today. As said, my first album was Purple Rain.
Oh,
Now, that is cool. That's blowing my Aqua Dr. Jones out of the park. Not that that was ever up there to be cool.
good cocktail as well.
Purple Rain.
Yeah,
What's in that? You can't remember.
can't remember.
Must have been good.
Yeah, it is.
Hello, Diane. My first LP was Donny Osmond.
Oh, Mum loves Donny Osmond. Donny and Marie, although she prefers well, when I say prefer, she prefers Donny's single work to Donny and Marie, but
Right, yeah,
she
yeah.
likes them. I'm a little bit country, I'm a little bit rock and roll.
Oh, yeah, that's a good song. Is that Donny Osmond?
Donny and Marie, isn't it?
I see.
Sure it is.
Sometimes I know songs, I just have no idea who they're by.
Yeah.
Horrendous remembering names. Oh, Linda. I think this says a lot about Linda. Linda's first was Bad Out of Hell.
Nice.
Nice. Linda, that's pretty cool. I can imagine Linda now. That song on, I don't know what, motorbike.
On a motorbike.
Her in her leathers. It's probably my imagination running wild, Linda, but who knows. Mary is saying Elton John, Yellow Brick Road.
Good.
Now, that's a very good song, isn't it?
It's a good song.
Kirsty remembers all of hers, and I love this about her. Kirsty's first LP was given, it was a gift, and it was Do the Conga by Black Lead.
Do, do, come on and do the conga. Do, 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 do,
What are the words to the next bit? Come on and sing with me.
do,
No?
do. Come on and do the conga.
That's a classic wedding tune, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
I really want to
always
do the
on.
conga now.
Do you think when that song came out, people had to learn the dance routine? Do you know what I mean? You know
Yeah.
how, like, you have... Obviously, people didn't know, did they?
No.
So it was just like 1, 2, 3, and kick. I can imagine people in, like, playgrounds across the world. Like, we
Learning the-
would
yeah.
learn the dance routine to Saturday Night or
Yeah, like
the
nowadays,
Macarena.
girls on TikTok learning all the dance moves to whatever song it is. whereas
Yeah.
that was the conga.
Yeah, absolutely. Kirsty says that her first cassette was Aha, Scoundrel Days, and the first CD was Bon Jovi, Slippery When Wet. That's a good selection of tunes you've got there.
Nice
Very
selection,
good.
isn't it?
That looks
Real
beautiful,
nice
that does.
selection. So all I've done there for show you, this one was with the crushed velvet, it started light and got heavier and heavier and heavier, then just went and pinpointed selective areas so that we've got depth within this one.
Yeah.
And then with this one, we went in with pale fig, and I'd done letterpress technique. So I inked the back layer and then ran it through. So we've got that pale fig into the back, and then we've got that embossed white work that we can
That was
see
great.
into there. Absolutely beautiful. So we've got that one here. So what I want to do is have a look at the crushed velvet again, and just lightly I'm going to touch up the edge, because with this one what I've done is I've given it a black matting layer. Be hard for me to go in and ink a black layer. I could have gone in with noir black or jet black, but instead I've just used our matte black card. For this layer I don't really want to add a black layer, so therefore what I'm doing is I'm going in with the crushed velvet and just tipping the edges ever so slightly with the crushed velvet. So adding that all the way around, so it's giving it a little bit of a frameworked border. So if I set that to the side, what I'm going to do, I actually want my black matting layer to be even thinner. So I'm just going to work my way in and do some trimming. So this is what I do when I want thinner mats and layers. I'll always do my trusted 1/4 of an inch, and then if I want it thinner, I'll then chop away at it. But it's always using my guillotine. So let's go in, do a little bit more, little slither. So I've got a few fine, there we go. That's a lot better on my eye anyway. It looks better. So we can come in, and I've created my own, I think it was 5.5 by 7.5 card blank. So we're going to assemble that. That can go into there. That can then go onto there with foam pads. Stamped out my sentiment. She thought she could, so she did. And I've got a little bow that we're going to add on, and that will be this card completed.
Pretty, very pretty. I've just had a question in from Stephanie regarding the stencils. Stephanie is wondering, would gesso or similar work with stencils like the ones we've just seen?
Yes, yeah. I would make gesso is usually used as a kind of like a primer in some ways.
Yeah.
So put the white gesso on, and then you go on top over with an ink. You can do, just keeping in mind gesso, although it's thick, it's still a bit too watery that it could seep under the stencil. So either make sure your stencil is adhered completely, or potentially what you could do is maybe look for a thicker medium, like a white paste or something like that, sparkle paste, or just a plain paste that is slightly thicker. But saying that, do you know what, it's no harm, give it a shot. If your gesso is quite thick, and you're not going to have any issues with it. So the answer to your question is yes, try with the gesso. It will work, just keeping in mind it might seep ever so slightly.
Good tip.
So all that I need to do now is add these layers on with my tape and my foam pads, and that'll be this one done.
Beautiful.
So let's go on into here.
Janet's message saying about first CDs or tapes or whatever. And I'm a bit confused about this. Janet's saying, mine was Joy to the World by Three Dog Night. Is that Joy to the World as in you used to sing it in school?
Joy to the world, the Lord
that?
is something.
By Three Dog Night. I think it's the fact that it's by someone. I just thought that was a hymn.
Yeah,
But it might be, it might be.
it might be.
Joanne is saying, my first album was The Monkees. Hey, hey, we're the Monkees. And she says, I still have it. That's brilliant. That's great.
Antique Roadshow.
Antiques Roadshow, me with my bottle tops.
Yes.
You with your doubloons or whatever you're planning on finding.
Something. Find something.
I love that.
That's it, Johnny. Yeah, in the bath, time for bed, school tomorrow.
As soon as Antiques Roadshow song was on, yep. Yeah, Sunday night, Antiques Roadshow.
Last Summer Wine, Heartbeat.
What was the one for me? Oh, Lovejoy.
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 That was always, it was Antique Roadshow and then Heartbeat. Oh, and London's Burning.
Oh, great show.
London's Burning. Heartbeat, London's Burning. Right, time for bed, school tomorrow.
Yeah, sleepy bedtime.
But there we go. So combining two swirling lace and elegant swirls. So we've inked on top of one, and we've letterpressed on the other one. Combined them by layering them on top of each other, and added her sentiment. She thought she could, so she did.
And so did you. Thank you very much for that, Craigle. Do you mind getting together some of your cards? Because in a short while we will be voting for demo of the show. And then we'll do demo of the day after the break, shall we? So, let us just have a little bit of a reminder as to some of the makes that we've created.
Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Our number one, which was our 6x6. So we've got our embossing folder with die and stamp, number one. Number two, our Christmas duo. Number three, our Christmas stencil. And number four, our 3D frame embossing folder. So 1, 2, 3, or 4.
Perfect. So message us in on our socials and Susie will get counting. Whilst we do that, we're going to head to a break. We've got a bit of karaoke to do.
I am the music man. I come from down your way and I can play.
What can you play?
Welcome to Club Inspire, the crafters companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every pound, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Put away your tape measure and fabric scissors. The Threader's fabric cutter offers accuracy and precision with every cut. This handy tool slices through fabric in a guillotine style. Its ergonomic design features a comfortable and protective handle, so it's safe and easy to use whether you're right or left-handed. Its 45mm rotary blade will cut up to 6 layers of fabric at a time, so your sewing, quilting, and upholstery project times are cut down to size. It's equipped with a measuring guide in metric and imperial for a perfectly accurate cut every time. The built-in grid ruler has 30-degree, 45-degree, and 60-degree angle lines, so you can cut fabric on any angle, including the bias. Quick Buy, all your crafty must-haves in a flash. Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
Welcome back to Crafters TV. Oh, we've been having a right good sing-song along, I'll tell you that for now. If anyone fancies coming to a party, we're thinking of booking a social club. We're going to get a lot of food, all very, very small and all very, very beige. And we've got to practice all our dance routines, including all sitting in a row, roller coaster of love with all of this. If you would like an invite, do let us know. Welcome back to Crafters TV. We have got a question to answer, which is, could you please remind us of the sandwich we need to emboss when using a stencil in the Gemini?
Absolutely, let's do that. So you're going to need your 2 cotton plates. So your 2 cotton plates, plastic and your rubber embossing mat. So we're going to go base cotton plate, rubber embossing mat, then we're going to pop our cardstock on the embossing mat, then we're going to pop our stencil over the top. So I've just taken an excess piece that we had to the side, plastic and top cotton plate. So once again, that was your base cutting plate, your rubber embossing mat, then your cardstock, then your stencil of choice, then your plastic shim, and then your top cutting plate. So we can then feed that one through. So then what we'll be left with is that impression from the stencils. Now our stencils they're not the thickest, but by no means does that mean that they're any low quality. Our stencils, quality stencils, are second to none. They're just a thinner material, still very robust, but you can still get.
Ooh.
And
Yeah, you can see that there.
Can I just see it here?
Yeah, you can.
More? I
Right.
wonder. I won't show on. Will it show on black card? Let's
Hey, we're zooming in.
zoom in.
Zoom. You can see it there. Beautiful.
Oh yeah, look at that. There
Perfect.
we go. Perfect. Thank you, Charlotte. So yeah, so that was base cutting plate, rubber embossing mat, cardstock, stencil, plastic shim, and then your top cutting plate. Notice as well, as I always say, never have your rubber embossing mat and your magnetic shim together, even when it comes to stencil work. Never have the two of them together.
Fabulous. Thank you so much for showing us that, and a great reminder. We have had a winner through for demo of the show. Which one are you guessing, Craig?
One of mine.
You're not wrong. Yeah, it was card number 4.
Oh, I did think. So number 4.
So this is number 4. So as a reminder, we have had 2 mates today. Now the reason we're doing that, just with the power of my mind. Thanks. We have got for you, I've been watching a lot of Obi-Wan. We have got Sharon Callis joining us from Ireland later on today. So we're going to do demo of the show, demo of the day today as well. So card number 1 from Craig Laird, which we've now worked out means Lord. We have got this one as option number 1, and then option number 2, again by the fabulous Craig. We've got the purple design made with our embossing. So 1 or 2, you decide. And let us know on social media. Now, whilst you're voting, let's talk about our slim line cut and emboss so that we can give you another opportunity to treat yourself. These are wonderful. With one pass through, you have got the opportunity to get texture, but also to create areas that are cut out. In some areas, they're pop-out designs, such as with our Butterfly Delight, and also with, for example, our Flourishing Flowers. Lovely design on these ones. And don't forget, you can just cut the little snip across and actually have pull-out sections if you wanted to. Spring blooms I've got. So these are lift-up areas, but I've also got areas that instantly cut them out. Interlocking circles, for example, here. Now, because these ones are such sizable areas, great for paper piecing, because really in this you've only got 6 areas to paper piece, so really easy, and they're all different shapes too. Same goes for your entwined hearts. And then I've also got your interlocking squares, which Craig made a rather fascinating sort of triple coloured shaker with earlier on.
I did.
So I am bringing to you all of those today for just $58.46, a saving of nearly £32 or nearly $36 off. So a lovely opportunity. If you've thought about it, or maybe you've never partaken in this style before, now is definitely a chance at such an affordable price point. Whilst we are here, anybody can use these, even brand newbies, right, Craig?
Oh gosh, yeah, absolutely. All you need is your die cutting machine, and these do the emboss, they do the die cutting at the same time. I'm just going to grab some honey pot, water reactive again. So we're going to go in with this one, and for this what we're going to use is Flourishing Flowers. And what I've done is I've cut my cardstock to 3.5 by 7.5. Now what you might notice is it's not quite as long as my folder, so therefore what will happen is your die is kind of over the edge of your card. Don't worry about that, that can look effective. Very similar to when I say to you, if you create your backgrounds with your stamps now, always remember, stamp off the edge of your page. Looks effective. Same goes with die cutting as well. If your die or your area doesn't fully fill that full cardstock area, don't worry about it. It's just going to add to the effect. It's as if it's die cutting off the page. So base cut and plate, of course, it is our cut and emboss folder. Mine went blank there. So it's our 2 cut and plates. I am going to add my metal shim in, and we're going to run that one through. So this gives you the little, well, I say little, it's a few different sizes of the daisies. These work really, really well. Maybe you've got our last flower dies. Maybe you've still got your daisy die from Sarah's Garden of Love collection, which I use quite a lot. That would work a treat. But if we take this one and carefully take it out, manoeuvre it out, careful not to tear any of the daisies. It's the only thing to watch for if you're using a cut and emboss folder and adding in your metal shim. Just be careful that it doesn't press too hard, and therefore when you go to release your cardstock, it catches in the middle and tears. But we can see there, although I've die cut off the page, it doesn't matter. It still looks quite effective. So I'm going to go in, so we're lifting these ones for now. I'm just lifting them now just so you can see. I am away to reflatten them in a minute so we can do a little bit of inking. But what I want to show you is quick, simple run through with a sentiment, and then that's your card.
Lovely.
Done. And as it is, I'm not actually even going to be adding a sentiment with this one.
Okay.
I'm going to be leaving it natural.
Lovely.
And cards like that, you can be given them for whatever reason. So just cleaning off my blending tool. And then what I'm going to do is let's go in with a little bit of scrap. So let's go in there. Don't want to bend it back too much, but on the other hand, I don't want to ink my petals.
Okay.
I want to keep them white. So all that I'm doing is working my way around. When I get to the petals, I'm just going to lift them up so that I don't catch them with the ink. And this one is the honey pot that I'm using. And I'm using this one because I'm going to use our 12 by 12 pastel paper pad.
Lovely.
So a little bit of the sky blue and the yellow that you'll see just in a moment.
Lovely. Speaking of ink, Linda has messaged in saying, will pigment ink stamped onto Centura Pearl dry without heat setting? If so, how long does it take?
So that's that one. What I would suggest when you're using your pigment ink pads on a coated surface, it will take a while to dry. Sometimes it might not. You're always going to have that tendency of it smearing because it is on a coated surface. This is why if you go back to yesterday's masterclass with our ink pads and we talk about things like that, I would always recommend, certainly when using pigment ink pads on a surface, is to heat emboss. Put your embossing powders over the top. That's going to be the quickest way to set it. If you are using it on a matte card like white multi-purpose cardstock, then leave it to dry for a wee while. A coated surface, you know, for it to properly dry, taking into account the coverage of your cardstock, I would say go over with a clear embossing powder to set it.
Good tip. I hope that helped you, Linda.
So we've now gone round the edges, so that's going to sit on top of my pastel yellow, and we're going to see that pastel yellow shining through into the back there.
Lovely.
So let's layer these ones up first of all, and then what I'm going to do with my die cut layer, I'm going to add my tacky glue and attach that to this layer that I've just done. Let's pop that one on.
Hello to Gilmore, who's talking about your purple card, saying, what fab card.
Thank
Mary
you.
Reno says, a beautiful card, Craig. Mary Pat, lovely card. Kathy saying, gorgeous, Craig. Lots of love coming in for you. Judy saying, enjoying embossing folders and so many ways to use them. Thanks, says Judy. They're
really
versatile, aren't they?
Yeah, there really is so many different ways. It's one of those products where if you use them, just run them through, emboss them, white cardstock, matte and layer with sentiment, it looks gorgeous.
Yeah.
But you've got so much scope and versatility when it comes to your techniques, your shakers, your inking, fussy cutting sections. There really is lots that you can start to do with them. So, you know, don't be afraid to get in there and having a play.
Yeah.
At the absolute worst, no one likes waste nowadays, but at the absolute worst, what's the worst that's happened? You've wasted a little bit of cardstock that if you can't reuse in whichever way, you pop it into the recycling and you're not wasting anything then.
Yeah, absolutely.
So let's go in. So I'm adding my tacky glue now, just making sure that I don't put any of my adhesive glue onto the back of the petals, otherwise they're not going to stand up, they're going to stick. So if I press that into place, and then let me just grab some petals here. I'm going to go, I've got these ones from one of our old craft kits actually. So I'm going to go in. So let's do this large one and this large one. I'm going to take one of these ones into the middle, that one into there, and then add a drop into there. So let's add a medium petal onto the medium flower.
They look very similar to the pearls that we get in the Silhouette Stencils stamps box.
They might very
that
well
we've
be
got
actually.
on today. They look very similar.
They might very well be. Just had done it in my stash. So all that I need to do is lift these ones up. As I say, no sentiment. You can pop a sentiment on your own. What you could also do is run this folder again several times and then cut out the flowers, shape them, and then layer them back in so you've got a lot more depth.
Yeah, great.
But then there we go.
Blush.
A really, really quick and simple DL slimline card, a little bit inking, that's using our texture pastel 12 by 12 card, and also the flourishing flowers.
That is brilliant. So quick, so simple, but so impactful. And if you do want to recreate that, you can do that exact same technique really with any of these. We have got for you loads, including our butterflies. This one here is the one that Craig's just used, the flourishing flowers. I've got for you your spring blooms. We've also got your circles that interlock, your hearts that interlock, and your squares that interlock as well, all doing that fabulous, fabulous effect and detail and design. And today, a great discount again for you. We've had a winner through for card of the day because we've got Sharon joining us later, and it is card number 1.
Hey! Good. Oh, I'm pleased with that. I was really pleased with how that card turned out.
It's a beauty. So that is going to be whipped onto our shelf of pride, and we are going to be voting on that again tomorrow as it is the end of our weekend. When are you back in, Craigle?
So I'm going to be back on Wednesday, I'm going to be back on Thursday. It's going to be myself and Debbie Fisher. So the Wednesday, Debbie's going to be on that side, I'm going to be here, and then on the Thursday we're going to swap over. I'm going to be on that side, and Debbie's going to be on this side, and that'll be my last show before I take a couple of months off to have my operation. So thank you for all the comments that I put on my Facebook and Insta yesterday. I really appreciate that. But yes, so still got a couple of days left of me before I take a break.
Brilliante. Fabulous. Thank you very much. And thank you very much. Now, we will be back with you in 2 hours, and it's definitely one not to miss. We have got Craft House for you, where we will be bringing to you some flourishing delights, including the fabulous Sharon Callis. So, join us in 2 hours. We will be back with you with more deals and more inspo. We'll see you in a little bit.
Toodles.